Hi, good evening.
You ready?
Yes.
Roll. Ask.
My name is Shuparna, and I am a filmmaker from New York Film Academy. And I would like to teach you about the steps and overview of direction, what happens in direction and the result. So in the beginning, how we start as a director is we talk about the story. We have a story in mind, we have to pen it together. After we pen it down, we put it in the script format or in short divisions. So once we are done with the short list, we can make it in softwares like Final Draft or Celltext, whichever is convenient for you. You get a lot of these, you can download it from the internet. So first we create a synopsis and work out 1 or 2 lines of each category. So that, giving a full script to a producer who you have to actually get your, say, your cash from or your monetary support from, you don't give them the whole script right in the beginning because they can misuse it for all you know. So what you do in the beginning is you make synopsis or jot down certain lines of your entire script so that he gets the whole story, and also share some marketing plan of you have to sell your product, use it. Take it as a product, not as a film per se. So you have to sell your work to them so that they actually invest all your money. So in the beginning, how do we make structurize the script for selling it to your producer? You create and set the director's world. So what you actually show to your end customers is the world that you want them to see. So in the beginning of the script, you show them and make them believe in your world, whether it's in space, whether you want them to believe it's happening right here, or it's happening in USA, whether you're shooting it here or not doesn't matter, but that's the world you want them to believe. So creating that structure in 1 or 2 lines for the producers to understand where you're getting in, the space of your work. Then you get into character introductions. So that is when the word of your cast will come in. So how many characters are involved, so your producer will have this first glimpse in their mind about the budget that this could be having. Then we make the body with 1 or 2 line synopsis where we show the problems and the suspense and the situations that we will create, which will be solved later on in the climax or the pre-climax, however your structure is done. So you write this script, or you look for a good script writer who you trust, who has been working in this industry for a while. So it's always a better option to go for a script writer because they have been doing this for a while and they will obviously have a better idea for what is happening in the market currently. So step 2 is when we prepare the budget list and the date plans and the location. So this done in a very early stage is very necessary because your budget, even if you have no exact budget plans by then, but putting down your budget, completely breaking it down in your own head and for your producer is very important. So dates and locations, because locations take a long time to book. So pre-booking this from an earlier stage is the best thing you can do. Whether it works out or not later on doesn't matter. So step 3 is arrange a producer if required. I mean, if you're producing it yourself, if you're doing the budgeting yourself, nothing like it. But if you have a producer, you have to arrange it at this stage. So you have to show in the script, the cost, the budget breakdown, the location breakdown, and marketing plans. And marketing plans is also plays a very, very big role at this stage because that's what you're going to sell the producer. So step 4 is gather a production team and start looking for ADs with camera, sound, light team, editor, and GFX. So this is a crucial stage where everything you will have to start arranging the whole team. So this is a crucial point when you are doing maximum of your marketing. Step 5, you will supervise team of AD and production who will in turn manage location, casting direction, hair and makeup artist, costume designer, art director, extras, food, water, toilet, approved union cards, work permits, blah blah blah. So everything now will be given in the hands of assistant directors and associate directors and production. So now you are more or less at a position where you are just doing an approval, you're saying yes or no for a thing. So this is when the ADs start playing their role. Step 6, you will overview the AD who will review and categorize and shortlist accordingly to character. One second. So location, availability, daylight, continuity, costume, hair and makeup sets, etc. And will send the altered script to the actors for preparation. So now we are at this stage where we are just preparing the whole cook. We have gathered all the ingredients and now we are ready to put it out. So your main ingredient is your actor. So how do you actually prepare the actor? By giving them scripts at least 3 to 4 days before you call them for a rehearsal. And that is where your role as a director will start. Step 7, the director's real work starts here, when the actor comes on board. So video rehearsal of actors with directors. This is when the director watches the body language of the actors of the cast. Look test, capability of taking direction and memory test. So this is when if you're making a person speak to you directly, he'll have a different body language, but when you're facing the camera, it is a completely different body language. So you have to check the actor what you want out of him and if he's being able to take your direction. So if I've told the actor once, twice, thrice, he's still not getting what you're trying to say, that sort of means that you are not being able to guide the actor. So the following steps will show you how we could curb that. So directing actors, which is the most major part for a director. The don'ts of directing actors: do not give adjectives and action verbs to actors. Example, act sexy, be angry, act funny, cry, etc. Because these are very complicated emotions. We are not parrots, we are human beings, right? So we will not tell them, be funny. What is be funny? Should I laugh loud? Do I know this person? I don't know this person. How am I supposed to react to this person? Am I meeting that person for the first time in the mall? Or I've known him for ages so I can crack a joke. So you have to be very specific of what you are expecting the actor to do for you. This is not their responsibility, this is your responsibility as a director to tell them what you want them to act as, being a human being. Do not act out for actors. Do not go and tell actors, say, like this. No. This is going to make them feel as if you, being a director, you know better acting than him. So they are going to feel low and they are going to possibly lose their self-confidence, which is not what you want them to do, because you want them to be perfect in front of your camera. So everything has to be absolutely kosher. And do not confuse actors by giving many variables. That, let's try this also. And this just confuses, and then you will have 10 shots to take to the editor, and you will have a problem just sorting it out and then again deviating the entire topic from the entire topic. The do's: make up a backstory of the character you want the actor to play. Sit and tell them like a story, like you are a grandmother and you are telling the actors the story. So start from class 1 if necessary, but put that actor in such a situation that he or she is exactly in that point where he knows if there is a 2-letter word called ah, how will he put that ah? Will he be screaming ah? Will he be saying ah? Will he be is he a character who is absolutely confident? Is he playing a character who's been bullied all his life in his school? What kind of a character do you want the actor to play? So this is the director's world that has to be created in that person's mind, because he is a human being. All right. So next point, let them feel they're in that situation and let them think for themselves. Alright? Let them think for themselves and bring out the emotions by themselves. So over here, you will not be telling them what emotions, they will bring out the emotions that you want them to bring out by themselves. Sometimes it's important to ask them not to do the exact lines to break the ice. So lines is something that not all actors are very good with. So there are memory problems, there are people who have different problems. So you can't expect every human being to be the same.
Sure. 12:35 p.m. or the other one is 8:35 p.m. 8:35 p.m. is out. So 12:35 is in. 120 is the best. 120 is the best. Mall of India. 120. Okay. So 120 for us. Both it is Friday and Saturday 120. आजा ठीक है so Friday 120 is confirmed and faculty on Saturday ना ठीक है thank you B तो कल 120 409 students confirm हो जाएगा हाँ तो Saturday को 109 again with faculty. Okay, sorry for that.
Sure. So, sometimes it's important to ask the actors not to do the exact lines, just to break the ice. So these people, these actors are, they're all not very good with lines. Maybe you've given them a 5-line huge quote of a sentence, so they can't do it all at a go. So sometimes you have to compromise with your lines. So you possibly have to bring the actor to the side and you possibly have to tell them that forget about the lines. Have you understood the feeling of the situation? If you've got it, bring me the feeling. I don't need to see what lines are written on my script, just forget the script. Take it out of your own self. And this will actually help the actor to stop remembering the lines and concentrating on the body language. And trust me, it is surprising to know how many actors will actually speak out every line word by word after you said the sentence. So even if you don't mean it at the back of your head, but this works in the real world. It does break the ice. Step 8, on shoot, directors will call roll camera and action. That is it. Directors will preferably not touch the camera physically unless they are absolutely required to. The director will just approve frames, speak to the actors. The AD and the production team will do the rest of the work, rest of the running around and connecting the teams together. So a director doesn't run around, do everything, yell at people, no. A director needs to focus on what he's doing with the actor and whether his frame is actually coming and falling into piece or not. Step 9, director will sit with post team of editors, GFX artists, music, sound, and finally get the output. Whether it requires converting or whatever, he just sits with the editors. So you get various sites nowadays where you can actually just post and you can get editors, you can see their work, you can choose out of them. It's not a big deal. You don't have to sit and edit yourself all the time. So step 10, director hires a marketing team to market his film or he markets himself. So that's about direction in a nutshell. So if you have any questions. Go ahead. How much time was that? About 30 minutes. That was for 30 minutes.
कितने मिनट का हुआ रिकॉर्डिंग? Tell me about different shot sizes. What are the different
That's
shot
for
sizes?
different class. What do you have to ask me when it comes to steps and all of your direction?
We would also like to know what direction you have.
Short sizes is more of a conversation when we can go into cinematography and camera classes.
I mean, if you're a director, you need to know the short sizes when you're writing short description.
Yes.
You need to know the right short size, you know.
Yes, so it depends on what kind of movie if you're putting it on a telecast, will it be 16:9 or will it be what proportion you'll be talking about? So that is the whole new era of where I'll be talking about pixels and digital and cellulose.
With short sizes, I mean close-ups.
Oh, alright, mid-short close, yeah.
So, can you elaborate on that?
Alright, so this is a class of framing. So in framing when you're showing a character in a scene, if you want to show a character in say a very close-up shot that comes from the eye area to the nose area, there is a close-up shot where you're showing the face. But then, see, these short variations are absolutely in your hand. So, if you say, I'm taking a close-up for a film in your shot as a director, it could mean from here to here, it could mean from here to here, it could mean from here to here. So, it will all depend on what kind of shot you're trying to take. If you're talking about a human shot, if you're talking about a nature shot, if you're taking it in a macro, from a macro lens, then the entire shot variations are very different. So you have to specifically, if we take one object specifically, then we can say there is a mid-close, there is a close, there's an extra close, there is a wide, there is, yeah, that's about the shot variations. So everything actually depends on what is your perspective, what is your object. Whether it's a scenery, whether it's a human being, which perspective are you shooting on?
What are the different genres in television production?
Please be specific.
In terms of talking about shows, productions, what are the different genres? Like fiction?
Are you talking about, there is fiction, we have reality shows, we have commercials, and we have feature.
No, under fiction films,
Yes.
how many other genres we have, subgenres? Under fiction,
Yes. Are you talking about like comedy and, alright. So there are many categories of films under fiction. We have comedy, we have thriller, we have science fiction, and we have drama, and we have horror. So these actually are, there's a very interesting way of generalizing these. You can actually identify each of these just with lighting. So there are some tricks of the trade. If you put certain combinations of lights, you can actually create a same situation out of the same group of people or the same area, and actually demark the same scene from a drama to a horror to a science to a drama.
What is the difference between a script and a screenplay?
So screenplay, and before there was a huge demand of theatre acting, and there was this, now there's a huge demarcation between theatre acting and film acting. So when there was no film acting, theatre was a bigger area, so that was where screenwriting and the screenplay had started. The word started from there, because there used to be lighting and time-related screen divisions. So that is where the word screenwriting came out from. And now it is used in film industry as well, as we are planning the shots of how you demarcate and place the lighting in the shot, and then according to that you make the shot. So there is also this the inclusion of this word in filmmaking these days. But originally the difference of these two words was actually theatre and film.
So,
Yes.
so there's no difference between the script and the screenplay.
So
In fiction,
screenplay will include more of lighting and shot division and action division. In a script, you will just be having more or less script is there for the dialogues, the dialogue division and the shortlisting.
Okay, so Prerna, I think you will also believe that as a director,
Yes.
the content part, looking at the content part and the technical part, both are very important.
Yes.
Right? So if as a director, you are going through a film story,
Mm.
right, that you have to execute, you have to visualize
Yes, from a
and
client's
execute,
side.
right?
Yes.
So what do you understand are the culmination points in a film story,
Mhm.
and how many culmination points should we have in a very good film story? Second question,
Combination point as
culmination points.
Please be specific.
See, when we write a film story, right, a proper film story,
Yes.
we need to put certain culmination and important points where our story goes at a peak point
Yes.
of emotion.
Yes, the build.
So, how many culmination points does a film story has? My second question is about the guerrilla filmmaking. As
Yes.
a director, how much you support this filmmaking and what kind of filmmaking is it?
Alright, so in a feature film, there are more or less basic 6 divisions. When you're, see, in the real world, this part is done by a scriptwriter. This is not a director's job at all. But of course, it is very important for you to know what it is about. So if you get a story, a script written, then you would know that, alright, I have my 6 divisions over here. So you start with introduction of the director's world. Then after that you go to introduction of characters, the casts. Then you go into, you start with the body of the film. So those are, you could cut that into 2 parts where you start the showing the world, and in the second part you can start showing the problems of the situation, or you can start building the suspense part. And after that you can come to the drama end part. So you can cut that into 2 divisions as well, where you can show a pre-drama part where you're showing the characters coming together and how they're trying to begin to resolve the situation, where the audience sort of breaks a sweat, alright, so this situation has a solving end. And then you come to the end of the film where you actually give the solution. So you can actually break down every film into 6 major divisions. But it will be according to the length of the film or what kind of film you're using, whether it's a TV commercial or it's a big feature film. It'll all these 6 parts will be stretched accordingly. And your second question was?
Guerrilla filmmaking.
So nowadays, if we see, feature films are definitely there in the market, but people are kind of trying to get into digital world. And guerrilla filmmaking is a point where people are actually bringing trying to bring a little bit of both the worlds together. So they want to bring out a film but with a lesser budget and a smaller team. So if you have, say, the source light, which is the sun, if you're using the sun as your source light, and if you're cutting down on bringing 3 bigger lights for a production, that is when you're actually getting to guerrilla. So doing everything, that was just an example with the lighting. So doing everything in a concise manner with the minimum resources that you have is called guerrilla filmmaking.
Mhm.